legs that seem to sink into the sand.
She holds her ground, but she doesn't say anything.
Yes, hello, visitors to the island.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, the name's Peppa. And might I have your name?
You may call me Veloise.
Veloise, that's a fantastic name. Oh, fantastic. I love meeting new people.
Can you tell me... I'm sorry, what are you?
Oh, I'm an earth imp.
All right. Do you think you could help me? I think we were attacked. And I need to find the rest of my crew.
Yeah, I saw it. It was awful.
Do you know if the Kraken got away?
Oh, I mean, he's not out there anymore. You can see for yourself. Just look in the ocean. But that don't mean nothing. He could be under the water. I don't go out there myself. I know that's water business. I stay on the beach.
Well, I'll need your help then. I need to find the rest of the crew. This man here is dead.
Oh, yeah. Well, some of them drowned. I'll tell you right off the bat. But then the crazy old badger, he saved the rest that he could and dragged them ashore. And then some other bodies were washed ashore, and I just hate to see dead bodies. Death is a terrible thing, so I did what I can to preserve them. This little fellow here, and he kind of kicks at the leg. You can see I've started to preserve the body.
Indeed. And she'll just start going to the next closest body.
Oh, that one over to the right, he's dead too. But let me show you the live ones. They haven't woken up yet, but I hate to bother people in their sleep.
She's gonna follow a few steps behind, and her hand is gonna be pretty close to the hilt of that sword there.
So, this fellow, I assume he was on the boat with you because he came ashore at the same time. But, strange fellow with horns.
Beelines it right over here.
Oh, yes, that fellow, he took on a lot of water, I think.
It's that damnable breastplate he insists on wearing. She'll crouch down to the sand and start shaking him.
Make a medicine check.
Hooray! +0. Oh.
You start doing compressions on the chest, and after a couple of short minutes, water starts to come hacking out of the lungs, and he turns over to his side. Quentin's eyes flutter open.
Are you all right?
Can I try to release my breastplate, which is cramping my lungs like a lot?
You reach up and you grab the straps and you unbuckle them, and it comes loose.
Star. Where's Tacklin? Who's alive?
I don't know yet. Are you all right?
I look all right. It came back. Oh my God.
Honestly, I have seen you worse.
I'm just head and hands, probably just covered in sand and disgusting, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have my first PTSD, if you don't mind me, and I go silent.
Okay, Tacklin. Let's find Tacklin.
What does he look like? Maybe I'll know.
About average for a dwarf. Taller than average for a dwarf. Big beard. Looks like he works way too much.
I don't recall seeing any huge dwarves around here. Maybe he was one of the Maybe he's one of the sorry blokes that drowned in the water.
I don't believe that's true. He's too stubborn to die. I need to see who else has survived.
Oh, well, I mean, I was trying to show you this horny fellow over here, but you just skipped right over him. Maybe you don't like him as much.
You don't... never mind. Nah, I'll pick it up.
You can tell that this guy, Pepper, has, like, no tact.
Yeah. I got that. So, over here is... I don't think... This one is out of character.
It's Monroe, isn't it?
Monroe, there we go. 2 tieflings with 2 M names. Oh boy.
I'm struggling up and catching my breath and re-putting on all my breastplate. Am I like mostly clothed? Is it all like my clothes are just soaked or what?
Yeah, your clothes are soaked. There's a couple of holes in them, probably snagged on some coral reef on the way in, but it's all there. You do notice your weapons are not on your person.
Yeah, so I start I pad my legs. Damn. So I pad my breastplate. Damn. Just like looking around. Star, what is this thing?
I don't exactly know, but he claims he is an earth imp.
Yeah, that's what I am. Pepper's the name. Pepper's the game.
Would I know what that is?
Do a history check.
All right.
But first, a kiss of life.
Oh no.
I fail.
God damn. All right. Well, all I have to do is get better than a 4, and I'm a hero. Yeah, here we go. What's an earth imp?
The name tickles your memory. It came out of the field guide that your trading company gives out, but you don't really recall much beyond that they do exist on this island. You also remember that they like to talk a lot.
I'm pulling seaweed out of my mouth. I'm still coughing. Damn it. Damn it, Star. Have any of my brothers even crashed one ship? In 17 years, have they crashed one damn ship?
It's not something to talk about right now, young lord.
Meanwhile, she has been applying CPR to the tiefling over here, and instead of resuscitating him, you noticed you heard like a little pop as a rib went out of place.
Ooh.
Hey.
Can that wake me up?
You hush. You hush. A 4?
I would say no.
To be fair, I have heard EMTs say that if you aren't breaking the ribs, you're not doing CPR, right?
So I'm just like up on my feet finally, restrapping my breastplate, looking around.
You immediately notice a spear blade first into black sand in front of you.
I leave it in place. Do I see the body here?
Yes, you do. It's very, very blue and face down in the water.
Oh, what more do I have to do to this damn beast? First it destroys my ship, now it's killing my fucking crew, and I'm just like dragging the body out of the water. Do I notice that it's actually the water, Genasi?
Did you interact with the water genasi on the ship very much? I would say even if you hadn't, you probably saw it walking around on board, so yes, you would.
Okay.
We were
Ah.
all in a rowboat together.
I say, damn,
That's
this
true.
this one's better off in the water anyways. And I just kneel down and kind of cradle his head, try to wake him up, not shaking him.
Important questions in chat for Quentin.
Probably not.
Are you trying to revive
Yeah.
your friend here?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, this is crew
Do a
that is
medicine check.
seemingly alive. Crew. I've awoken a wizard. I've woken to a wizard, so I know she didn't heal me. I know she just punched me in the chest till I vomited water. Great. Medicine. Oh yeah, you're ready. Oh yeah.
So you get the bright idea that with water genasi, maybe water is how they breathe. So you start pouring water down his throat.
Jesus. All right.
It does seem to have some effect. You're just not sure if it's the one you're looking for yet. He is not awoken
Can I?
now.
I mean, there's only been a moment. I'll just drag him up on land then. Lay him out. Star, this one's alive. That one's dead over there. I just point at this apparent dead thing. What was that crewman's name?
That crewman's name was Sanders.
Oh, Sanders. He's all bloaty and gross. Oh my. I just pull this body this way. And then I like kind of look around. Do I see another tiefling? I'm looking for Mordecai immediately. I'm also looking for a dwarf. Any of these bodies look like a dwarf?
Make an investigation check.
All right. God, they're all. Oh, it went from 1 to -1. Why you gotta do me like this, DM? Oh yeah. This is not what my character's for. These are dead bodies. All right. I run. If you want me to sprint to dead bodies, I can accordingly run to 3 of them in 6 seconds. Are they dwarfs or not?
So you run through all the dead bodies on the beach. None of them are dwarves, but one of them is a tiefling.
All right. All right. I leave the water genasi there. This is Mordecai.
It does appear to be Mordecai.
Oh shit! And I flip him over. Is he out cold?
Mordecai, when you flip him over, he starts to breathe in ragged breath.
I saved your life. You owe me one.
Cool.
Now we're stuck on a
I'll get right
beach.
on that.
On Hot Springs Island, the deadliest place in the world. Fantastic. How's your lungs filled with sand? That's great. And I start like pushing on his chest. Oh yes, get it out, and remember, I saved you. I kind of try to like genuinely actually like help him to his sitting position and like hold him there till he has blood in his brain.
Mordecai, you come to a sitting position and look about you. You've got a spear in the sand in front of you, and off to the side you see your cooking ladle as well.
I will reach over and pick up my ladle and put it on like a little loop that's on my pants.
Are you all right? I just said we're on a beach on Hot Springs Island. What do you...
This is my lucky ladle. I need it for many things. So, how many are alive? Is it just me or you?
That water fellow's alive. I'm sure he's useful in a pinch. We should see if we can find a healing potion. These crates washed up. There's an earth imp, whatever that is. And
The name's
Stars...
Peppa, you hear from across the way.
That annoying thing. And
So
Stars trying to resuscitate that other tiefling that you got on well with, that bard fellow.
Oh, yes, Monroe. Oh.
Yes, bard. That's fine. Yeah, Monroe.
I will stand up
Mm-hmm.
Or try to,
I
at least.
help him to his feet. Yeah, I help him.
Yeah.
And I will cast prestidigitation on myself to clean the sand off of me.
Oh, you could have done that this whole time. Look at my garb. And I'm just
I'll
like,
cast it on Quentin too.
it's like sand. I just assume a sandstorm happens, but then like we're untouched at the end. It's like, much better.
Yeah. Mordecai takes out his soup ladle and starts working his magic and gets the sand off of each of you.
Awesome. Probably feels great.
Meanwhile, back up top, Waylon, you are coming awake. The water feels soothing in your chest.
I open my eyes and look around. Are there any obvious signs of activity?
You look a little bit to the north, and you see Star Sundered trying to revive a tiefling, and there's this like rocky person kind of like rah cheering her on, and down below Quentin is with Mordecai.
Right, well, they appear to be on their feet, and this guy isn't, so I'll stumble over this way.
Yeah, so you stumble over and you hear Pepper saying, yeah, wake him up, do it good, yeah.
Wow.
Is he alive?
Honestly, I'm not even sure anymore. I'm glad to see you're on your feet, though. Do you think you can help?
I lean down and put my head on his chest to see if he's breathing.
Go ahead and make a medicine check. See how well you can hear. Yeah, I mean, you put your head down on his chest and it is moving up and down.
Like, with
So-
that 15, can I check him over for injuries too? Like, see if it would be dangerous to shake him around to try and wake him up?
The only injury you notice at the moment seems to be on a lower rib near the diaphragm.
All right, I grab him gently by the chin and waggle his head around a little. Like, Monroe.
Oh, man, you know, maybe I could help.
What are you?
Oh, the name's Pepper. I'm an earth imp.
What?
Here, look. Just, let me do it.
I look over to the elf, questions in my eyes.
She just shrugs. It's just, I don't know. I'm just trying to get everyone up and get off of this beach. Peppa, do you think you could actually get our man here up on his feet?
Oh, yeah, I could get him on his feet, no problem.
Without hurting him?
Oh, well, I mean, not terribly, anyway.
Your assistance shall not be needed, thank you.
He looks crestfallen when you say that. There's my music. I was wondering why it wasn't on.
Alright, one more go, I guess. Try to get this dude up.
Yeah, go for it. If Waylon would like to help, you can have advantage on it.
Absolutely.
Wake up, you bitch. Yeah.
Hey. So you start performing CPR in the correct place on his chest, while Waylon is lightly slapping him on the face, and eventually Monroe manages to hack up a big lungful of water, and even a little tiny bit of seaweed comes out, and he sits up. Monroe, you're in a little bit of pain.
I'd ask if I was dead, but I think the pain answers that. Ow. I'm gonna open my eyes quickly and just like.
Oh, you know the pain don't answer anything. You could be in hell.
I think I'm going there anyway eventually, mate, but nah, for now, everything's fine. Hello. I look towards Star-Sundered.
As he said,
Okay.
everything's fine, I start checking his head for bumps and wounds.
Glad to see that you're still with us, but I think you have a long way to go.
I thank you, but I like this view. Waylon, move your head a bit.
I drop his head in the sand, like he's being a huge dork. And
Yeah,
take a step away.
okay. I'm getting up.
Yes, he's fine.
I'm gonna lift my body up, and I just see the earth, and I'm like,
Oh, hello.
New.
Yeah, my name's Pepper, and he like looms over you, puts his hand out.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine today. I got to meet lots of new friends, and you're one of them.
Excellent. Hi, name's Monroe.
Oh,
Nice to meet you. I say as I'm like getting up.
that's a good name. You got funny pointy horns on your head. You know that?
I thank you. I like to keep them sharp. And I like flick them.
Oh, and he like touches one of them, puts his hand back in a mock ouch kind of thing. Oh yeah, real sharp.
I like you. Waylon, what's the situation? I say that to Waylon. I'm like, Vice Captain. No, First Mate, sorry. Hi, what's the situation?
I'm glad to see you up, Monroe. It's fine. You don't have to call me first mate here. There's no bronze trident anymore anyways, and I'm just like, seem pretty despairy. Well, gentlemen, welcome to Hot Springs Island. One of the most dangerous places in the world, I'm told.
Right. I'm starting to like pat myself and like, has any of you seen a loot?
I did, in fact. It's way down south on the beach. Though I'd prefer you keep this one talking, and we count up our comrades. Don't let him out of your sight, all right?
I can do that. Waylon, could you grab my loot for me, please?
And
go
I'll
find a
slide
loot. I
by.
don't
I saw this over here, and I'll try to. What's this little guy?
I'm going to introduce. What's his name again?
Pepper.
Pepper. That's it. I'm going to introduce him to rock paper scissors, and I'm hoping he always goes rock.
Funny enough, he always does go wrong.
Funny enough, he's confused when he loses, and he always goes rock.
So that is a crossbow, Quentin.
What kind of crossbow? I immediately pick it up. Is it my crossbow?
It is of the heavy variety.
Oh my! I sling it over my back. Any bolts in the area?
Make an investigation check.
These are all bad. I need my friends to find all my ammo for me. Investigation, hold on. There's lots of sand and bolts everywhere in the sand! Oh.
So it takes
First
you the
nat
better
20
part.
tonight.
First
Takes
nat
you the
20's a
better part
19.
of about 20 minutes or so, but you managed to find about 15 bolts scattered around the sand.
With a nat 20, I only find 15 bolts. Got it. So you said 20 minutes, so everyone
No, I said 5
gathered.
minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Did I say 20? I meant to say 5.
Okay, it's okay. Well, still 5 minutes. Everyone gather their stuff, I suppose. I see this thing, and this is another one I see. I go over to it.
That'll be a hand crossbow of the light variety.
Oh, Mordecai,
Hand or
this.
light, those are two different things.
Mordecai.
I'm getting mixed up. Hand crossbow.
I'll come over to Quentin. Yes.
This thing won't work properly at all with this much sand. Can you help? And I just like gesture to the crossbows all fucked up, and gears are all non-oiled and sand.
Is it just covered in sand? Like
Yeah,
Caleb
just-
Preston?
Yeah. We're just over here. Ooh, another one! And I hop over. Crossbows everywhere.
Oh, he gets so excited.
Yeah, your loot is down there. I mean, this game is fun and all, but maybe we can go together. I like long walks on the beach. That's pretty much all I do all the time.
Oh my god, that's pretty much all I do all the time.
Wait up, Pepper. Wait up.
Oh, you're
Oh,
slow
well,
on.
I'll check the crates that are up here.
Wasn't expecting
Yeah,
it.
yeah. This guy here, his name is. This is Splinter in here. He's friendly. He don't talk much.
Who's Splinter?
Oh, and you know, he's the guy in the hole there.
This guy in the hole?
Yeah. Just he's in the hole all the time now.
I walk over
all
to
the
see the hole
time?
and look into it. Do I see a
Mm.
guy?
You look in the hole, and there is a skeleton with a stone hand in the hole, looking up into the sky. And in his stone hand is a leather pouch.
So I'm guessing I'll look down there. Hi, Splinter. How long has he been there?
Oh, probably 75 years or so, maybe. No, hey, time works funny for me. Might be a couple hundred. I don't really know.
Right, I'm gonna go get my loot.
Yeah, okay, you do that.
Yeah, so I find my loot, pick it up.
Splinter thinks it's rude when he offers gifts and you don't take them.
He's
Just
offering
saying.
a gift.
I
Mm,
shrug
he's-
and take the pouch out of the skeleton's hand.
Yeah, Waylon.
Yeah.
First,
This
yeah.
guy knows what's going on.
Is this a coin pouch?
It fits perfectly in the palm of your hand, and when you open it up, it seems to have finely made tobacco in it, and mixed in with the tobacco seems to be some ground red dust.
Interesting.
When you look down into the hole, there is something new in the skeleton's hand, although you don't remember it.
That's a bit spooky, but what's the new thing in its hand?
It looks to be a blue gem.
I look over at Pepper. Does it always do that?
Oh, only sometimes. It doesn't do that for everybody, but you can't probably take it. It only gives one gift per person, and it doesn't always give to everybody. Only people it thinks are special.
If you don't mind me saying, that's very weird.
Oh, welcome to Hot Springs Island. Monroe, you grab your loot, and one of the strings has been broken.
Do I have spare? Is there no? I guess I have like a pouch of little spare strings and stuff. I'm guessing I've lost that. So
You've lost that in the
Shame.
travels. You also all look down, and between you all, you gather that you only have about 75 gold. The rest of it was lost during the voyage.
I guess I'm gonna have to play some
Wait.
more.
So I mark my gold to 0.
Mark gold to 0. As a group, you have a collective 75. So you can split that up however you like.
Split it 6 ways, right?
At the moment, 5.
Tacklin's not here.
Oh, 5. So
Just say I'm gonna take his share.
Yeah, it would be 15 each if we split it evenly.
yeah, so just 15 gold. Everyone had their secret gold pouch apparently. Okay, so I'm trying to mark off all the things I don't have. Do I find a shield and a rapier and a dagger and a short sword on the beach? I search. I take over 10 minutes. I just take 10 on.
So you do find a total of 4 shields.
Oh jeez.
On the beach. You also find a long sword, a rapier, and a hand axe. You also find these 5 spears that you're placed in the ground, one in front of each of you. You have 2 daggers. And finally, near the bottom of the map, where Waylon currently is, you do find a rapier, but it is not the one that you started with, Quentin. It's a different one.
Do I recognize it as mine?
You do.
I'm just like looking at it. I'm like, this isn't mine.
I'll put that in my belt. Still got the rapier. Good, good.
Mordecai was looking through the boxes. You found a total of 20 rations.
I'll split them 4 each. Yeah. Like,
We may be walking for a while. Might well eat only when we need to.
So, was I able to discern anything about the spears that were placed in front of our bodies?
I'll give you the little handout that they have. It's not much, but
Just seemed odd. There is one in front of like all of us.
Each living person, yeah, that was pretty fucking spooky. But I've dragged all the bodies into like a line. I'm like digging graves. I'm like sweating. It's pathetic, but I'm digging the graves.
Pepper will come over at some point and ask if you want help.
oops.
I don't
Oh,
respond
sorry.
to Pepper. I'm in like a frenzy digging these shallow graves. This is the first
Um,
crew I've ever lost.
He's going to spend a
I'll
lot
help
of
him dig once I
time.
notice what he's doing.
He's going to spend a lot of time talking to both of you about the best way to dig graves.
I'm gonna lean down to the skeleton in the hole and like, so Slasher, is that for me?
I'm across the way from the beach. You hear Pepper. His name is Splinters.
Splinter, sorry. Splinters is
It's all right.
sorry, Splinters, for getting your name wrong. Is that for me? I point to the gem in his hand. If not, give me some sort of sign.
Splinters doesn't do anything.
I'll take that as a yes, and I'll reach out and pick it up.
So you reach out and pick it up, and it appears to be a multifaceted blue turquoise gem. And on one side, it appears like it might go into some sort of socket.
Ah, if I don't find a use for this, Celine is going to love this. I'm gonna pocket it. Thank you, Splinter. I'm gonna get back to work. Have a nice day. Just walk away quickly. And help dig the
So-
holes.
Not knowing what to make of this spear, she's just going to. Is it possible for her to take the spearhead and like detach it from the rest of the spear, and then she can just carry that for later study?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
All right. Add that to my inventory, and then she's gonna look to see if any of her stuff made it ashore.
So right away, you do notice your component pouch is still attached to the hip or wherever it was that you kept it. Your scroll case is missing, unfortunately.
Damn.
Make an investigation check for the rest.
Yeah, also I look through the bodies and look for like some
Wow.
paper, pen, leather journal, anything. Oh wow,
Oh,
nice.
wow. Second nat 20 of the night. So on the beach itself, you managed to find your silvered short sword. Oh no, you found that already. I apologize. You found that. You notice your backpack is out in the water. It's snagged on a rock.
How far out is it?
About 20 feet or so.
Haha. Do you think I could? I know Mage Hand can't carry that much, but you think Mage Hand would have enough force to try to nudge it loose?
You can certainly try. Does Mage Hand work underwater? That's a good question for me.
It just says
No, it says it can't.
point
Yeah,
within
that's
range
fine.
of the sea.
It's just
All
10
right.
pounds of force, whatever that means.
Yeah, so she's kind of hesitant to just go straight out into the water again. At least not that far. So she just wants to get it loose and push it close enough to where she's comfortable going out into the water. Maybe about where she is there.
So you use your magic to create the mage hand. It goes out into the water and sinks down below, and it starts pushing on the rock, but it seems to be too heavy for your mage hand to jiggle it loose. You might have to send somebody out there to retrieve it.
She's going out there. She's got stuff in there. She'll do it. She'll go out there.
Okay, let's.
It's a beach.
Yeah.
It's not...
Yeah, it's pretty calm right now. The waves aren't coming in terribly hard, so it is no difficult thing to swim out there. But when you do reach that point, it's about a 10-foot dive.
All right. Yeah, she'll go get it. She's not
Alright,
going to like it.
Let's make a strength check.
Yay.
You met the DC. You tug and finally the rock breaks loose and your backpack starts to float towards the surface.
I look around. Where did Star go?
She's
I'm
I
just
saw her
kidding.
run into the water. No.
I'll come back. Backpack over my head.
I'm just shaking my head, but I'm secretly impressed.
Did I manage to find anything else with that nat 20? Maybe that doesn't specifically belong to me, but anything on the bottom where I found my backpack?
So looking around the island, at the time you managed to peek into the hole with Splinters, and he was holding something new.
So, gentlemen, do you realize there's a skeleton over there in the hole?
Yeah, that
There's
his
a
name's
what?
Splinter. His name's Splinter.
His name's
Uh,
what?
Splinters.
Splinters. Sorry again. Pepper showed him to me and Waylon when we were down
The
there.
Empire says he sometimes gives people gifts.
And
he
you
gave me this-
accepted
what?
these gifts?
That's very strange.
Oh
Incredibly
my
strange.
goodness. You better hope they're not cursed. And I storm off over to the skeleton.
I want to inspect this skeleton too.
Yeah, I just look at him. There's no way this is not a curse. Have any of you even read the manual?
Hey, Pepper, has that skeleton ever been cursing people?
Cursing people? No, I don't think so. But if you try to take more than it offers, it gets really angry. And it tries to
just-
attack you.
Just don't take more than one thing.
Or we can take nothing until we understand what this island really is.
Well, I mean, you all look pretty worn out and tired, and the sun's probably going to set soon. You could stay in my house if you like.
You have a house.
Well, it's more of a cave, really, but I live in there and very cozy.
Do you know where Swordfish Bay is? Or who Jeremy Rand is?
Swordfish Bay, that's that dock run by the humans, ain't it?
Yes, the dock run by the humans. Do you know how to get
Oh.
there?
Oh, I mean, I know where it is, but I don't go that way. It's too scary. I mean, what I could probably do is take you to some people that are nice, I mean, you don't worship Svarku, do you?
Do I know what that is?
What's a Svarku?
Svarku, I mean, he's the big freak asshole on the island.
I elbow Waylon. He's just like, that's fucking. That sparker.
You just get a blank look. Waylon's not
okay,
so
alright.
great with names of Ifrits.
I'll remind you later.
Is that a big demon?
So Pepper would explain that Svarku is an evil Ifrit on the island that subjugates natives to enslavement.
Well,
I mean,
that
do I
doesn't
know what
sound good.
I should just know what that is then, right? I mean,
He's a pretty
Ifrit,
bad guy.
they're genies from the elemental plane of fire.
oh, it's a fire genie. Thank you. That's all I wanted. And I would know about
Sorry.
this, right? It seems like common knowledge.
It's in the menu.
It's in the manual.
So
Speaking of which, none of you have your manuals on at the moment, so you are going by memory.
yeah,
Excellent.
right. So I don't remember anything about rock imps, but I don't trust imps.
He's a fine man. He's a fine guy. Can I recall information on rock imps?
Make a history check.
All right. Not good.
I mean, being that you're the bard, you probably looked at the manual less often than others.
I just
So,
he seems like a fine guy.
I think the diviner wizard's cheating.
What?
Got
What
really
makes
high
you
rolls
say that?
the entire time.
No, just wait for it. Just wait for it. My luck will kick in.
So
with a 20, that reveals a little more information than what the other two know. So you know that Earth Imps like to be friends with everyone. They like to hear stories and tell their own stories. They like to be invited on journeys with other people, so long as they're not terribly dangerous. And they hate death. They don't like to see things die. They don't like to be left alone or ignored. They like to be participants. And they also take requests to do something quite literally.
Huh. So, remembering this little bit about Earth and imps, Veloise will just shake her head, and he does seem odd, but Peppa is someone we can trust for the time being. But Peppa, would you like to accompany us?
Oh,
You
I
know
love
this
going on
island more than we
journeys.
do.
Yeah, I love journeys. But I mean, it's getting dark out and it's dangerous at night. You probably want to take a nice nap, don't you?
If you can promise that your cave is safe, then I don't see what other options we have.
Oh yeah, it's real safe. I mean, just don't touch the moss on the way in. You might die.
I
But
just
besides that,
raised
it's
I just
perfectly
raised
fine.
my eyebrow.
I
at
think you
Star.
should mention that first.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, this moss right here, it's dangerous. Like, you know, I mean, not for me. I can't be bothered by it. But I hear you flesh folk. You don't like it.
No, probably not.
I want
Either way.
to see if there's anything in Splinter's hand before I leave.
Damn it.
Okay.
Looking at it.
Do an investigation check.
Oh, we've just left the sorcerer alone with the skeleton.
Ray's dead. No.
So Jesus.
So
17.
yeah, there is something in its hand. It's looking up at you with a blank, bleached grin on its face.
What is in its hand?
It looks to be a piece of parchment paper rolled up.
I will.
Don't-
That's like drugs to spellcasters.
I'm like,
Fred, I know
Not
you
to
do it,
this
dude.
It's a scroll out of character. Pick that up right now.
yeah. I'm thinking there's the last scroll I got. The last scroll I got sucked, and I probably lit it on fire. But I'll take the scroll.
So yeah. Did you guys get any gifts from Splinters over there? He's real nice, ain't he?
I'll put the scroll away for now.
I'm not comfortable accepting gifts from someone I don't know.
Oh well,
I'll just mouth thanks at the guy. Don't say anything.
I mean, you're gonna miss out on good friends that way, but you do you.
While the party appears to be heading toward the deadly cave, I'd like to use what daylight I have left to comb the beach for supplies, focusing on finding things that would have belonged to me, of course.
I would like to do the same, please.
All right, we'll start with Waylon making an investigation check.
Shit.
I found
checking in the surf as well. Oh boy!
You
didn't want anyone to have thieves' tools, guys.
Yeah, you didn't really find a whole hell of a lot there.
What sort of weapons strewn about do I have the pick of? Anything ranged?
So out in the surf, I'll give you a little bit of an edge there because you're a water ganassi. You do find a crossbow, a hand crossbow in the water. And you also find your burglar's pack out there as well. It appears to be closed. That's a good thing.
Cool.
I already gave you your rapier, so that's good.
Got a rapier,
and
now a hand crossbow that definitely doesn't belong to me.
And feeling around in one of your pockets, you do find your little lucky charm made out of a material you don't know what it is.
And breathe a little sigh of relief at that surviving the trip.
And I say you find 2 crossbow bolts.
Oh boy!
Out in the water that Quentin didn't find. He was looking on the shore.
Right on. And then you said somebody else found some daggers on the beach, but nobody picked them up, right?
I picked up one and just put it in my belt like a dagger.
Yeah, how many daggers were there?
You found a total of 2 daggers on the shore.
I'll snatch up that other one.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll have Monroe make his own investigation check.
Wonderful.
I also offered everyone a shield.
My light crossbow.
9.
I mean, I'll make another investigation check to see if I can't see my daggers and my quarterstaff.
You can roll a investigation check as well.
13.
So you guys feel like the shore has been picked pretty clean, but out in the water, you do notice 2 more daggers and a rapier.
Can I go
I'll yell back
rapier?
to Quentin that I might have found his rapier.
Can I go for the rapier?
It's about 10 feet out. All 3 weapons seem to have clumped together near a rock.
No, I'll just go to get them out of the water then.
Thank you, Monroe.
I'm a brave boy.
All right, so you go out and they have naturally been stuck, and it's just the weight of them that's caused them to sink. You manage to scoop them up and bring them back to shore.
Is it my rapier?
It looks to be of someone else's.
I hung around Quentin a lot. Do I recognize it as Quentin's?
Yeah, you would recognize it as being Quentin's.
I'll ask for the rapier.
All right, friend.
I'll take it. Then I'll take it over to Quentin and kind of just hit him on the back of the head with it.
Well, I guess I'll use these daggers for now.
Oh, you found it! Thank God, Mordecai. And I sheathe it immediately, super quick, like a samurai. Notch it. Shink! It's just sheathed.
All right then. Was there any short swords or anything?
There was long swords. There
was a long sword.
Yeah.
A long sword and a hand axe are still.
And a hand axe, yes.
Oh, I can use a long sword, but I don't want to.
And you also have the spears that there are 4 left of.
There's those 2 daggers.
Yeah, I've got daggers on me for now. I'll keep them there. Okay, I'll just use these daggers for now.
You can throw some daggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a rapier. Awesome.
Can I find like an intact barrel on the beach?
Oh yeah, there's definitely an intact barrel.
Is it empty or has it got crap in it?
It's the barrel that had rations in it, so Mordecai cleaned it out.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I drag that over next to the entrance of the cave, and then I create 20 gallons of fresh water in it.
Oh, good thinking.
It fills about halfway to the top.
I'm gonna take some scoops of water out and drink it.
Ah, this is why you keep tackling around. Where is that old dwarf? And I'm taking like huge gulps of this.
Oh yeah,
water.
we figured he probably drowned in the water. Terrible.
Peppa,
Totally
What?
doubt that.
What's wrong? Oh, I mean, yes, it's terrible he died, but I mean, so did all these other folks.
Yeah, that was pretty rude.
Yeah, but I like tackling.
I'm gonna
I don't know
insight
the
check
people.
that. Does that mean he's nose tackling?
Me.
Peppa, tackling means a lot to all of us.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I've said something rude, haven't I?
Yes, but I'm sure you didn't mean it.
Mr. Quinton, I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm sure he was a fine dwarf and very tall, as I've heard.
I'm insight checking this over and over. I'm not saying anything.
You can insight check. That's fine.
Great.
You get the sense that this Earth Imp is being sincere.
Well, I'm just confused at how he knows who Tackling is and that it was a tall dwarf.
I mean, do you ask him that?
No, just eyebrows raised, looking at Star.
You get the nod. You get the head nod. It's fine.
If everyone feels like they can go forth, we should not rest. We need to make our way to Swordfish Bay and find Jeremy Rand. If
Well,
we even
can-
survive on the way there. We
Do you
can't
know the direction?
we can't just be accepting gifts from skeletons on a beach and going into a cave with deadly moss on our first moments alive on a beach.
Yeah,
This is terrible policy.
I'm fine with not going in the cave.
Yes, I don't think that's a great.
Thank you for the offer, Pepper. I'm like reassuring.
You don't want to see my home.
Yeah, it's more that it's very dangerous for even us to try and get in. Probably.
I'll clear the moss if that's the problem. I don't mind doing it. And he like runs up the side of this cave entrance. And he just starts tearing moss off.
Mr. Pepper, you misunderstand us. We need you to guide us now. Not tomorrow, but now.
You want to go in the dark?
That is actually a
Yeah,
valid
Quentin, I
point.
feel like if it's getting dark, I don't want to travel at night.
It's going to be about a 4-hour journey to Friends.
And what are
Yeah.
friends? I've said twice. Swordfish Bay, not friends.
Well, you're not going to get there without friends.
Is anyone else feeling strange about this rock creature?
This is bloody swordfish. It's weird. No, Hot Springs Island. It's weird.
Peppa, could you elaborate as to who these friends are and why we need them to get to Swordfish Bay?
Oh well, they're the Nitex. You know, the big tall ogre people. Yes.
Oh,
Can I history check that? Do I know anything about tall
Yeah,
ogre people?
you can history check that.
I'm gonna do the same. 821.
there it is.
A 6.
Yeah, begin.
I know.
I
Racist
feel
ass
like a
teacher.
rest is-
Didn't teach us shit about ogres.
I feel like a rest is coming on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make that a 15. Use one of my
So-
portent rolls.
Wow.
So with a 6, again, you recognize the name from the field manual, Quentin, but not much else beyond that. With a 15 and a 21, you both know that the Night Axe are ogres that were once subjugated to enslavement by Svarku. And recently, within the last couple of years, they formed a rebellion, and they are now opposed to Svarku and all that he does on the island.
But do they
And
do they kill humans on sight? I feel is the more
no,
important.
they do not. If you show yourself to be a friendly, they are friendly in turn. And they do love to trade with humans and also show support on journeys through the island if they get something in return.
It sounds like something we should look into.
Yeah, if I remember right from the manual, they can be trusted. The Night Axe.
You said they were in the opposite direction.
Not so much opposite as, sideways, but what's 4 hours lost if it gains you 4 hours and more later on?
Quintus frowns, but he'll just head into the cave, I guess, for a long rest.
Oh, so you go into the cave. It's about 30 feet deep on the lawn end and about 15 feet wide. Couple other things.
Is there a fire inside?
There is no fire inside.
I'll catch a great bonfire in the middle of the room.
You create a bonfire in the middle of the room, and it shows off a lot of fancy rock formations that Pepper starts to name. He has names for all of them. And off in the corner, you do notice a ladder that goes down into a hole in the ground.
Yeah, I'm more interested in tipping all my bolts with this moss.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm just rubbing my bolts all over this moss.
Moss is equivalent of purple worm poison.
I'm not.
No.
I'm staying away from the moss. That moss looks dangerous.
Okay, so you've got some poison-tipped bolts.
All right.
You do not know yet what they do.
Yeah, just keep them all like down in their little bolt container, obviously, like some leather pouch I have on my waist. They're all very, they're not going to pop out or anything.
Seeing as this moss is all around us, I'd like to investigate them.
Yeah, I guess I help her by scraping poison off, That's how I help her investigate.
I'm telling you not to touch it.
I'm not touching it.
You're making contact with it. It might be airborne.
Nuh-uh.
You don't know.
Yeah, do a nature check on this moss. And since we determined that Quentin is helping you, you can roll with advantage.
Oh, yay. Much better.
Yeah.
21, fantastic. So you must have spent a little bit of time in the herbal section of the field guide, and you recognize after a while that this is known as amber moss. It's very toxic, and it's very dangerous to touch with bare hands. The poison can have different effects on different people, even from the same plant. But some known effects include blindness and hallucination.
Oh yeah, I just take a bunch of it basically and put it in the bottom of a leather pouch and then stab all 20 bolts into that mass at the bottom of the leather pouch and then just cinch that top nice and tight. Poisonous pouch of bolts.
Do be careful.
I'm like putting the 20 bolts away like on my belt as Waylon comes up and offers the other crossbow. I look down. I have 2 hand crossbows, right?
Yes.
Is this one mine?
Both of them are yours, actually.
So what's this third one?
Good question.
The third one you don't really know. I mean, it is a light crossbow, but it probably came from someone else that was on the boat
Light
with
or
you.
hand, Radlad, two different weapons.
I said hand crossbow.
You just now said light.
Yeah,
Well,
it's okay.
These are
So
very important differences. Waylon is frantically searching for a light crossbow.
oh, I see.
Crossbows.
Just hand crossbows on the beach.
Gotcha.
so
Well, if he already has both of his and shrugs his shoulders at me, I guess I'll keep.
I don't just shrug my shoulders. I kind of just like inspect it. Do I notice? Do I realize it's one of the like sailors? Like, did anybody else use hand crossbows that was on the boarding party with us?
Oh yeah, several of them had brought hand crossbows with them.
Okay, so I just like clap my hand onto Waylon's shoulder and just kind of like look down at it. I'm afraid that's not mine, friend. It's yours now. You'll need it. Our fallen comrades don't anymore.
Pepper is going to look up.
Put it away.
Pepper is going to look up from his talking. He was naming rocks the way Bubba names shrimp in Forrest Gump. And he's like, well, what's all the problem then? Why are you looking so sad?
We've had a very long night.
Wouldn't you be sad if your vessel was destroyed and your crewmates dead?
I mean, I've already done my mourning. If it takes you longer to grieve.
It usually does.
It takes a while.
What's in the hole? I walk over to it and look down.
Oh yeah, that's like an older cave down there. There's all kinds of stuff down there.
Highly
Stuff
suspect.
that's not poisonous. Any creatures that lurk down there? That we should
Well,
be
I don't
aware
think
of?
I've seen anything poisonous down there, but there are creatures down there. And the last time I went, I did see. Oh, the old hag was down there again, trying to get
A
people
hag?
down.
Hag?
Yes.
Hag. Pepper, you need to like. These are the kind of priorities. Things that are dangerous to us. Could you mention them first, please?
It's like every 5 minutes we get something new. It's great. It's great. I
Oh.
love it.
I mean, she doesn't hurt anybody. She just likes to get people to go into her maze.
Yeah, no.
Just one night.
Well, that's fascinating, Pepper, but I'm tuckered out, and I just like literally curl up in a ball and lay on the ground.
I go and sit at the mouth of the cave and stare out at the stars in the ocean until I pass out.
I'll be near the cave entrance as well.
I'm going to use the light of my bonfire to read the note that Splinters gave to me.
So you unfurl the piece of parchment, and it appears to be a map of sorts. Part of it has burned away on the left side, but on the very top there is a mountain range, and to the right is an ocean, and on the bottom are clouds. It seems to be more artistic than giving great detail. Pepper is gonna walk over to Mordecai because he's a curious sort who just likes to get his nose in people's business.
As I notice him come over, I'll roll it up.
Hey, what you got there?
It's just a note. Somebody gave it to me.
Oh, who? What note? Who for? Who from? I'll tell you my story if you tell me yours.
I'll say,
Hey, Pepper, I'd love to hear that story, I say from the other side of the cave.
Oh, well, I mean,
Monroe.
we're going to have a deal then, aren't we? A story for a story. What's on the parchment?
You know what? You know what? Bring it on, Rad Lad. My personality trait loves to tell stories that may or may not be true. I will. Well, you see, it was given to me by a long-lost family member. I look at it from time to time. It gives me inspiration to watch over Quinton, and you know, it was actually given to me after I witnessed after Quinton drank way too much on board the ship. You know, it wasn't even that long into the voyage. He was getting excited because of his first adventure, and he drank too much, and he passed out. And somebody passed it to me afterwards because I'm a great friend of Quinton, and it's just kind of a friendly family note, and it's important to me.
Make a deception check.
A 9.
Of course, with a +6. That's what I love.
Hey,
Where's my
Hey.
lucky feet?
Mhm.
hey. Make it a 10.
Thanks, Diviner Wizard.
Correct.
I mean, a natural 10 with a +6 is a 16. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Haha, victory for me.
It works.
16. Nice. That saves. That's fucking great.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting. I mean, could I look at it maybe?
It's real important to me.
I mean,
So,
I don't see what that has to do with it sharing with others.
so Pepper, he told you his story. Now, hold up your end of the bargain. What's yours?
Oh well, it's a good story. I promise you. So, I was formed on this island about 5 or maybe 300 years ago. Maybe it was 1,000. I don't know.
As
But,
he's saying this, I slowly remember. Oh, that's something they said about imps.
And so my core it developed here, and sometimes I leave it, and sometimes I share it with others. And I really just like walking the beaches the most. There's so many rocks here, but there's other rocks on the island too. Maybe I could show them to you sometime. And he just goes on and on and on. And oh, if you want to go down that ladder there's rocks down there too. Yeah, actually, there's good rocks down there. Oh, I just thought of a good one. We should show it to you. Oh, and he like grabs your hand and he's like trying to drag you towards the ladder. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy and make the sound like something died outside.
No, I'm full on following him. I want to see where he's taking
You're
me.
full on following. I thought you didn't want it. All right, never
No,
mind.
I'm not against my will. I'm full on with him on this. I love hearing stories.
All right, he takes you down the ladder.
I'm coming. Give me a sign.
Oh, you're really going to like this one. It's a big old rock. I call him
Careful with the
Jeffrey.
hag.
I'll keep in mind the hag.
Yeah, I call him Jeffrey.
Let's go meet
The rock
Jeffrey.
of the
then.
hag.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, this is a big map.
You want me to put my token down there?
Yes, please. And would any? Oh, why is your token screwed up?
I don't know. That's me dragging my character onto it.
Real quick, we'll have everyone make a perception check to see if they saw Monroe go down the ladder.
And Mordecai was going to
there.
stop. Yeah, Mordecai was going to stop him.
Mordecai knows, but we'll have the rest.
I will, once they're down the hole, I will yell, hey, Monroe just went down the hole with the hag.
Not the. Ain't the hag.
He went down into the hole that has a hag in it with
Why?
the imp.
Like that.
I'm going to fix your token here real quick. I don't know why it's being that way.
Good job, Pookie.
So do.
There you go.
Where? And speed. And real quick, use selected token. There we go. Should be better now.
Yeah, alright. Thank you.
Okay, so Monroe has gone down the ladder, and as he was doing so, Mordecai announced to the rest of you that he was doing so.
This place is much bigger than I thought it was.
That's a good question there, Star. Why would he do that?
Hey guys! What is this? What is this place? What does this tunnel look like? Does it look like ruin?
So the tunnel looks like it was carved from the stone rather than just being a natural formation. You're in a large square room, and you can look down a hallway, and there are lit torches going down the hall.
Pepper.
Yes.
You know the hag you were talking about?
Oh yeah. What about her?
What is your opinion on her, and what is her opinion on other people?
I mean, like I said, she just likes people going into the maze, and
Maze.
I think she wants people to help with her dead boyfriend, maybe something like that.
This is a maze.
Well, no, this right here is not the maze. That's farther ahead. I've never got into it myself, but she stands outside of it, and she tells people if they go in, maybe they help, maybe they don't.
I'm not sure I want to see Jeffrey anymore.
Oh, well, I mean, he's before the maze. You don't have to go that far.
Yeah, but will I have to interact with the hag?
Oh, no, I mean, she stands at the door. We can go to the door.
I don't want to go to the door.
He looks really devastated.
No, don't look at me like that. Just not
I thought we
alone.
were being good friends.
We are. It's just I don't want to see a hag.
We don't have to see the hag. I'll tell her to fuck off. I mean, it's totally fine. Come on.
Can I be standing over the hole by this point?
Yeah, you could probably have heard that last little bit.
You want? I'm just gonna not notice her above me.
Excuse me. Could you join us back on the surface world?
Yeah, I was going to do that. Pepper, let's go back up for a second.
I mean, we're already down here. It's a long climb up the ladder. It's like 10 feet, and it's like, I mean,
I'll carry you. How about? No, wait.
I mean, you might meet your friend that was down here anyway. I mean, he could be still down here. I don't know.
What friend? You mean who they were talking about with you?
Oh no, the dwarf? No, not that one. No, one of the rest of you. He ran in here screaming before you all woke up. He might be down here.
One of our crew.
Yeah, one from the boat.
Guys, did Beloy say that?
Yeah, did I hear that?
Yeah, you would have heard that.
Pep, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, one of your friends. Yeah, he came in running through the cave earlier, and he touched the moss, and I think he went a little crazy in the head. But I think he might be down here somewhere. I didn't see him in the cave.
Could you describe him?
He was a tall fellow. He was missing a couple of teeth and a long red beard.
I'll relay that to Quentin.
I stir from sleeping. Why is everyone awake? What is...
Apparently, one of the other crew members survived the wreck, but he might be down here in this cave. and I thought you might recognize him by description. And she'll give a description. Guy with red beard, missing teeth.
Do I?
Yes, that does sound awfully a lot like someone who was on the boat with you.
Okay. So this guy knows what tackling looks like and knows what another guy looks like. Chose not to tell us until now that he went running through here. This is a trap, out of character. But
All right. Yeah, but in character.
I don't know why
this
you're
character.
I don't know why you guys are waking me up. I was ready to go on this long rest in this cave. All right, so I get up. Well, what are we doing?
Well, I don't think it'd be wise to go into the lair of a hag.
No, it's obviously very
What?
stupid to do that. Monroe, get up here!
I will. I will. It's just. Give me a second. I've got to figure out how to get this info. Come on, Pepper. Let's go.
But I wanted for your approval, young lord. You are. Well, this is your first voyage. I wanted your insight.
This is not my first voyage, if you must know. Oh, look at him! I had no input. My character is waking up, confused. Why Monroe is down this ladder in the murder torture chamber.
So, okay, we can go back up. That's fine.
We should do that.
I'll come check on your friend later. He might still be alive. I don't know.
We don't know what.
If you believe you could navigate the hag's lair safely, then if you could do that for us, we would be in your debt. But we are very tired. We just barely survived being destroyed by that sea creature. We need rest.
Oh, okay. So it's a thing about being tired. I see. I don't sleep. I just walk around.
Fascinating.
Okay. Well, yes. Let's take a nap. We do this in the morning, then. Yes.
We might, but we do need
I mean-
rest.
Okay. Jeffrey likes making new friends.
Jeffrey?
Oh, my rock, my pet rock down here.
Wait, your pet rock, is it alive?
Oh, I mean, I can talk to it.
Okay.
It doesn't talk back, but it's kind of like splinters.
I'm too tired for this. I go back to the cave entrance.
Yeah, I just want to see that.
Monroe, if you die down there alone, the company won't pay out your family. And I roll back over and go to sleep.
I'm coming. I say as I'm just like bloody getting up the ladder.
So the rest of the night goes by rather uneventfully. Other than occasionally, Pepper you'll just kind of hear him in your sleep talking, like he expects you to be listening, but he's really just talking to himself. And from time to time in your trance, you notice he leaves the cave and just walks up and down the beach. Occasionally he brings back rocks and he puts them in the cave.
Fascinating.
And 8 hours go by. Everyone has had a long rest. And
I didn't know we needed a long rest, but I feel rested.
Yeah, wonderful.
Could I have gone fishing in the last 4 hours of that rest?
yes, you could. You can roll a survival check. What are you fishing with? Your bare hands, or?
I make a line out of something. I don't know. I go spearfishing. Sure, why not?
I could have handed you like the broken string I had from my guitar.
Well, there are a bunch of spears on the beach.
Yeah, you can go spearfishing. Good.
Attempts will be made.
All these
Oh my
crits. Wow.
god.
You are a fishing monster.
So you go out into the water in the dark night, and it's more luck than anything when you stab
here.
the spear down,
Come
and
here.
it comes back up
Come here.
with 2 huge wriggling catfish on the end of it.
It's you and me, bud.
Awesome.
Good boy. How'd he do? Was he good? Good boy.
So yeah,
Good
that'll be
boy.
cooking and ready for breakfast.
Right behind your shoulder. Hey, you just killed them fish. That wasn't very nice.
Well, unfortunately, Pepper, we don't. We have to eat. We can't just survive on. Do you eat? She's very confused by this little this little earth thing.
I don't really have much for eating. I like shiny things. Those are nice. Do you have shiny things? I could do trade with you.
Nothing that I'm willing to part with, no. But thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need to preserve those fish, maybe I could turn them into stone for you. Just let me know.
If the occasion arises, you'll be the first to know, Pepper. And she'll start gutting fish.
Okay.
It shall be ready for breakfast.
So, you guys wake up a couple hours later, those of you who sleep, and the smell of cooking fish is in the air. You look over at the bonfire Mordecai created. Star Centered is there making a nice meal out of 2 catfish.
It's nothing fancy. It's literally just like.
I mean, that's like 90. That's like 90% of what I cooked on the boat. I'm like, it's just fish.
So we all stir and eat breakfast, yeah? Are we ready to go?
Oh, yes. I'm ready.
Yeah, we're supposed to go meet my friend and find your friend, yeah? He's walking towards the ladder.
I think it would be better if we tried to find these night axes. Did you call them that?
Oh, the night axe. Okay, let's make a deal then. I will help you find the night axe if you come back after and you meet my friend.
I promise that I will try.
Okay, that's good.
Close enough.
Yeah. So that's all of you then.
A 1 and a 13 for the day.
You have a 1?
Yeah. I rolled a 1.
You're doing strange magic things over there. Well, do what you gotta do, and we gotta get on. This big island, lots of traveling.
Well, lead the way. You are the expert here.
Okay, just stay behind me, and it'll be fine.
I trust you.
Okay, so Pepper leads you east into the trees. He seems to know where he's going. He seems to like point out these little trips and pitfalls that are around these trees. The forest and jungle is quite dense. It's really no man-made path here. You don't know how long you travel, but it's at least several hours, but it probably feels longer, probably because Pepper just never stops talking. He loves to point out all the rocks that are nearby that he's made friends with over the years, and he gladly shares their names with you. Occasionally you pass by what looks like creatures petrified in the stone. When that happens, Pepper pauses and bends down and touches them in what seems to be a sign of sadness and respect. And then he stands back up and continues on like nothing just happened.
Peppa,
Oh, yeah.
what did you do just now?
Oh, I was just, saying hello to my little friends.
They looked like they had been turned to stone.
Oh, yeah, well, when they die, I don't like to see them go away, so I just help them stay a little while longer.
You mean you can turn them to stone?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that an ability you can control, or does it just happen without you doing anything?
Oh, no, I mean, don't worry. If I touch you, you ain't gonna turn to stone unless I want you to. And I don't want you to, so it's okay. But
Okay,
get on my
thank
bad
you.
side and you just might. And he looks at you, and a couple seconds later, he starts giggling. But don't worry, I don't have a bad side. It's fine.
Pepper, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
If I die out here, I want you to promise me you will not turn me to stone.
Yes, I second this notion.
Third.
I think it's a unanimous vote. Please do not turn any of us to stone if we are to perish on this island.
Well, you're just an odd bunch with odd traditions, but I respect them. It's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Carry on.
So eventually, you come to a clearing. And in the center of the clearing is this large rock formation that seems to be made out of the same material the spears were made of that at least one of you is carrying. I think Discordia, you were the only one that picked one up, correct?
Yeah.
One side of this very large formation is covered in a like ferns that seem to have been planted there, and some of them appear to be dying because they've faded and turned yellow.
Huh.
So, this is probably a good spot to sleep, or not sleep. What do you folks call it when you stop for a while? A break.
All right. How far into the island are we?
Oh, it's probably just a couple of miles from where we started.
I see. Well, do we all want to rest here?
I kind of like assess the party. Does anyone even look tired?
You don't look terribly tired. No.
How tall is this rock formation?
It's about 60 feet up all around.
I'd like to climb to the top of it and get a view of the surrounding landscape.
Nice. I just watch Waylon do this.
Okay. Go ahead. What would we call that? Survival? No, that would be more of an athletic kind of thing. I'll have you go ahead and make an athletics, and when you're done, we'll roll one other thing as well. We'll see how well you climb up.
Just take 10. Just take your time.
Yeah,
take 20.
I use my grappling hook.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, I'm not the only one with one.
How long does it take to take 20 to climb up there so you don't fall and die? Level 3.
While you're climbing up with your grappling hook that you lean over the side of it, roll a perception check for me.
You bet.
So as you are climbing, you kind of notice what seems to be these two-dimensional strands crisscrossed across the rock. It's almost like they're not there. Like if you were to turn and look at them sideways, they would just disappear.
I stop climbing immediately and like get down via the rope as quickly as I can. I think this rock might be witched.
Excellent.
Is everything on this forsaken island witch?
Everything on this island is trying to kill you at every moment of its existence, including that skeleton on the beach, including this little rock man who has you all charmed. He's trying to kill you. That's what Pepper is trying to kill you right now. He doesn't know what cannot kill you. He's made of rocks. He has no idea what could touch you and kill you out here. Can any of you heal someone? I look around. Where is Tacklin? You can actually heal someone, Monroe.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
the
God.
Power of music, and I do like a sort of performance. I sweep my coat.
Do I? Do I just believe him because it's D&D? Like that's a thing?
Make a performance check, Monroe.
Fuck yeah! I'm excited.
Oh, I totally believe him.
Yeah.
Replace it with a 1.
I feel better already. Yeah, replace it with a 1. Dude, not my first performance.
I kind of want to really bad, but
No. Alright, so I just believe him. I say, oh, thank God. At least one of us can heal. This place is dangerous than you know. You're all very calm for being out here. There's honestly, I have to be honest with you, I've seen numbers of these ships. The men returning rate on ships that dock properly is still only a 68% return rate. We crashed and were attacked by a kraken. We probably only have a 2% chance to get to Swordfish Bay, and we're listening to this little rock creature leading us wherever he wants to lead us. Does anyone find this odd?
Well, here's the question. Do you know where Swordfish Bay is?
Swordfish Bay is to the north, and it's very dangerous.
It's actually to the south, but you follow this guy if you want to.
This is where
we should
problems
give
arise.
Peppa a chance.
He's been helping.
I'll have everyone at this point roll a perception check.
Perception. Oh yeah, I'm great at those.
Hey, I was on the list.
And just cause, why not? No, Pookie sees nothing. He sees a mouse.
Okay.
Poor Pookie.
So a couple of you, Star Sundered and Mordecai, and Waylon, sorry, I didn't see that 23. Especially Waylon, because he's now seen it once before. Around where you guys are standing, those same strands are starting to appear in the air.
I say we leave this place quickly.
Oh no, let's listen to the Rockman and rest here. And I sit down.
I will grab Quentin on the head.
Yeah, I let him pull me back up.
No, we're leaving.
Veloise will just kind of look at Pepper and say, "You do happen to know what that is, by chance?"
Oh, what's that then?
There, she'll point to the strands in the air.
He kind of cocks his head from side to side, trying to see it. Oh, that stuff. Oh, yeah, we're in trouble.
Fuck. That's what Monroe will say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nasty spiders.
Oh,
Spider?
fuck's sake.
So is this a web?
I pull out my crossbows.
I'd move away from the strands.
I ready my loot.
So the strands at this point have kind of made a circle around the group. You guys are going to have to make a dexterity check.
Can I try and light the strands on fire with my many fire spells?
You can try.
I will try.
Where are we, and what do we have to do?
Let me put you on the map just so you have a visual aid.
Okay.
Quentin.
And this is 60 feet tall?
Mm-hmm.
So this is really tall. Like a Papago tall? Like in freaky...
I'm sad these tokens didn't make properly.
Hey, I like Waylon's teal token. Super silly.
So there's Monroe. Who am I missing? Lois. Your token was fine. We got to make Mordecai's token again. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, you're doing great, dude. Don't worry about it. That's the only thing that goes wrong, I mean, right? Brilliant.
I don't want to be on the edge of the group.
You don't want to be a square either. What a square. What a fucking nerd. Oh, Pookie. No one's addressed Pookie. I'm very upset about this.
Yeah, well, it's alright.
Assume Pookie comforted Quinton many times. This crying.
Yeah, he's a little baby. I get it.
So we'll just do a little freehand. And also in this little circle around you guys is the imp, Pepper. So it doesn't look like a circle, but that's just to represent, the area that you guys are at, surrounded by it.
We've been slowly getting ganked by spiders, or everyone notices these webs? I just
the people that noticed the webs pointed them out to the rest of you.
Pepper, I blame you. I blame you for this.
I mean, I'm not a spider. I couldn't do this.
I load my crossbows.
I blame you for bringing us here, and I blame you for not being able to warn us. I've specifically told you to please mention the things that will be dangerous to us first.
Well, I mean, these things are all over the island. I mean,
that is true. I understand that.
See, it's less than impressive, but I draw my ladle.
Yeah, I just like let 2 crossbow shots out, just like into the.
All right, so
into
these
the ether.
Yeah, and these crossbows just go out in random directions.
I reload really quickly, like.
Go ahead and mark off your crossbow bolts as you're using them.
Yep, I marked down 2 of the normal bolts that Waylon gave me just now. I'll mark them off, but nothing happens. Like no intuition, no.
While you're doing that, something does happen. 3 spiders get a surprise attack.
Oh, joyous.
Okay.
That's just the thing they have.
Amazing.
They just have it.
So these 3 spiders, I'm going to say Quentin, Waylon, and Monroe, you just feel on you these spiders pop up.
Oh, golly. Nice. Okay. What happened?
They are making their attacks at the moment. Monroe, the one that attacked you, hit a 7. I assume your AC is more than that.
Yes, it is.
The one that went after Waylon, that's a 23.
Jesus. I think a 23 is gonna get him.
You need to make a Constitution save.
So the Gormond feat would have been really good for us.
You made it. And finally, the last one that was going after Quentin, it rolled a 14.
No, sir.
Okay, so the only one that took damage was Waylon, 2 piercing damage. And then we're going to move to initiative.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, that's not cute.
So
Oh
my
God! What
tokens
are you
around.
guys?
I said that wasn't
You
good.
guys! What
Still
is this
hoping the best.
initiative? Our first initiative. The spiders bite you until you all die, and a new campaign was born.
And then Pepper shows up in the next campaign. We're like, right, we're immediately going to kill you. And then we start a new campaign because Pepper murdered us.
Oh
So
shit! I
we've
never
got-
removed the swashbuckler initiative bonus. That should be +4, not a +7 to my initiative. Let me go and fix that.
There it is.
There we go. Future initiative rolls will be correct.
So we're just gonna put them next to you guys so you can see them.
Fucking spiders. Don't know what would do more. Me shouting at the spider or me stabbing it with a dagger.
I'm gonna try lighting them on fire. I'm a sorcerer.
Question, Mr. Dungeon Master.
Yes.
Does the end of their surprise round count as them ending a turn?
Yes.
And if so, can I use my reaction to move half my speed?
I'll allow it.
Dope.
You still have to. There's a web there.
Yes, there is a web there. As you try to pass through, you will need to make a strength check.
Oh, that was a save. That should be just well,
A 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you try to get away, you get caught in this silver toned, goopy web, and you are stuck in place. Speed reduced to 0 at that point for the turn. The spiders are up next.
Because of
And they-
surprise round.
After the surprise round. And they will be attempting to bite the three of you again.
Fucking spider. Fuck off.
So, Quentin, the one attacking you, roll a 21. You do need to make a Constitution saving throw. It comes in and it bites you on your wrist, dealing 3 piercing damage, but it has no other effect. The one going after Waylon here. And as it moves out of the Earth Imp's reach, the Earth Imp does attempt to attack it because it's trying to hurt its friends.
Yeah.
Piss off, spider.
fucking-
So we'll have Earth Imp. Hey.
Whack.
He's like, yeah, so like you should just stop trying to hit my friends here. And just like squishes this one spider.
Wow.
I'm like struggling in the web, and I look over at him squishing the spider. Like, well, oh damn. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, no problem, yeah. The other one that is attacking Monroe rolled a 15.
That will hit.
Okay, make a con save for me.
I'm gonna fail this, aren't I? Probably. My con. There's my con. Never mind.
Hey, you do just fine, but you take 3 piercing damage.
What a shame.
Waylon, it is your turn.
I try to shoot my hand crossbow at the one that just bit Monroe. That probably doesn't hit.
Yeah, you were trying not to hit Mordecai and Pookie, and it just went over their heads.
Said my speed was reduced to 0, so that's just the end of my turn.
Yeah, you can attempt to make an action to break free using a strength check on one of your turns if you'd like to.
Oh, well, so
It's an action. I can't do that this turn.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Shit. Yeah. Nah, not worth doing. Yeah. I guess I'll
Use a bonus action to dodge. That's a cunning action thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's only dash, hide, or disengage. So no, that's the end.
Oh wait, no, you're not the right kind of a rogue. Okay.
The monk kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
My turn.
Okay, Monroe.
So I'm gonna just like back away, not move, but like do like a step back sort of thing. Get my loot ready. And I'm just gonna go. Alright. Okay. Come now, little ones. It's time to go to sleep. And I do a little strum and do sleep spell.
Sleeps in AoE. Oh my god.
You're damn right it is. It spells amazing.
Yeah. So 28. How much health do they have? I'm guessing less than 9 each or 9 each.
Yeah, 9
So
killed one of them. So I think they're both probably asleep.
They're both asleep. I'm guessing.
They do both go to sleep.
Excellent. Let me find out. Oh, they can't be charmed. Oh shit.
Actually, that's a good point. Let me make sure that's not a thing. Nope, not on these guys.
Excellent.
So yeah, they do go to sleep. Oh, thank you, Silver. You did it for me.
Yeah.
I forgot I have a code GM now. Woo! As these two go to sleep, you see the air shimmer around you, and two more appear.
Were they always there? Because it's an AoE.
They were there, but they were not there at the same time.
Okay, they're weird.
Yes, this is a strange creature.
They're weird things. They're very weird. Okay. No, I can't do a bonus action. So that's my turn. Actually. Who's next? Okay. I'll do this. Will you allow me to do Bardic Inspiration? To inspire. After casting a spell. Is that something you're fine with?
I think it's a bonus action, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bonus action, but I mean, like, can I use it after using a spell? Does it count as a spell or not?
No, it doesn't count as a spell.
No.
Okay, so yeah, alright then. So I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna like turn to Waylon. I'm going to inspire him by saying, "We came." No. Fuck. What was? I had something prepared, and now I can't remember what I had prepared.
Write it down, nerd.
Fuck.
Waylon, you're not inspired.
No, fuck.
I certainly don't feel inspired.
Ah!
No, wait. Why did I say Waylon? I meant Quentin as well.
So you all watch as the bard stumbles for words.
Fuck.
Unable to think of anything to say, the turn passes to Mordecai.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Fuck, I had something
awesome.
prepared, and I'm constantly trying to remember
The
what it
new
was.
campaign is brutal.
Doesn't sound prepared to me. Sounds like you thought of it once and then forgot.
I was like fucking preparing the shit. I'm just going through my head now.
So it's my turn.
Yes.
It is.
So when the new spiders appear, I'm gonna be like, oh, hell's no, and I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray,
Fuck, I remember it now. Shit.
and two of them are going towards the one directly in front of me, and one of them is going to the one behind the one that's still alive behind me. So I'm assuming they all hit.
Yes, they do. See that damage.
So 8, 14, and 7 to the one behind me.
Yeah, so you put your hands out and this burning flame extends forth from your ladle.
Mighty ladle.
Your mighty ladle, and the two spiders are incinerated.
And I think, one second, I don't know if that affects friendly targets. Let's see if it does. And I'm gonna, and now I wreath myself in flame Whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage, you can cause flames to wreath you until your end of your next turn. The flames don't harm you or your possession. They shed bright light out to 30 feet, dim light for another additional feet. While the flames are present, any creature within 5 feet of you that attacks you with a melee attack takes 1d4 fire damage.
So no,
Duly
it doesn't.
noted.
That's awesome. Is that sorcerer stuff? Has to be.
That
It's
is
flames of
tiefling
Legato.
stuff.
Tiefling stuff. Awesome.
That's a tiefling thing?
All right,
Yeah, it's one of the
Valachi.
feats.
Oh, it's the, that. Okay. Hellish Rebuke, I think it's called.
No.
No, flames of
that's-
That's a
Legato.
spell. It's a racial feat.
Yeah.
So
Stoke.
there's one left over there. So since I'm covered in web, I'll just try to hit it with a firebolt.
Yeah. You hit it with the firebolt, and it singes its back. It turns and hisses at you.
That's
Since
fine,
it was
it can hit.
unconscious, is that an auto crit?
Yes, it is. That's a good point.
Roll that d10.
No, isn't it only... Oh, no. Yeah, it's also crit on here, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, instead of hissing at you, it just melts like butter.
No one hurts the young lord.
No further spiders seem to appear at this time, but the webbing remains.
I growl and put away my 2-hand crossbows and pull out a dagger.
walk
Start
to-
slashing at it wildly. Not
Yeah,
wildly,
I try
but
to cut
kind of.
myself free with a dagger.
Yeah, I
Can
try
I
to
walk
cut
towards it
Waylon.
while on fire?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I try to cut Waylon free with a dagger. That's all I
So
do.
as you walk towards it, it seems to catch on fire, but also not catch on fire at the same time.
These are weird spiders, man.
They seem to be phasing in and out of existence, maybe to some other plane.
But eventually, you all together do manage to break free of the mess. And you are just left with these dead little critters on the ground. They seem to have these large sacs on the end of their abdomens that have this liquid inside of them.
Oh,
Perhaps
yeah.
it's the poison they use.
So I take another one of those sacks and put it in another leather pouch, and then stab all the fucking arrows into that poison sack, so that each arrow I pull out is poisoned fresh.
So let me make sure I understand. You took the already poisoned bolts and put them into a new poison.
No. I
I-
had 15 more bolts from Waylon, so just another like just 2 small leather pouches like on the front of my
I
belt.
see.
One with moss poison, one with now phase spider poison. This is all going in the journal.
I would like to spend a moment to try to investigate these spiders, because wow, those were very different from regular spiders.
Yeah, so as I'm harvesting and watching like Star look at these things, you were right, Peppa. This is a great place to rest after all. And I'm like jabbing each bolt into like this poisonous venom sac for like storing purposes.
I have to give me 1 second. I think. Come on, roll 20. All right, so yeah, the arrows that you dip into the poison is a red color.
Okay, so I got 20 in the mouse pouch and 13 in this spider poison. I basically like destroy a spider body and jam it into a small leather pouch. Like I don't even disassemble the venom sac.
So Star Centered is looking at the others, and you notice that they all seem to have different colored poisons in their pouches. Some of them are red, some of them are green, and there was a third color as well. I'm trying to find it. Excuse me, not green. There's red, blue, and
Those are all safe colors to see in the wild.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to identify these creatures and see if if any of us knew any more about them.
Yeah, I'd like to sketch them like it with like charcoal in my little journal. I
So in this
sketched
case,
the
would it
spider and its
be
venom sac and
So-
stuff.
Okay.
survival or investigation?
That would be survival. We'll call it.
I'm super good at that. So if anyone wants to do this too, yeah, please assist.
Can I
That's
help
why I
by
am.
the disassemble? Like I'm harvesting the venom with her. Like I'm helping her. Roll again. We should
Yes,
have
you
the
can roll again.
we should have the scout be doing this. Nice.
That is better.
Okay, so was this one of the creatures in the? Yes, it is. It's the very first one. So, yeah, you remember this from the field guide as being called an astral spinner.
Nice. So I just sketch it really fast, like probably pretty good at sketching. A little Darwin sketch, like just like the spider itself in kind of a natural setting, and then its venom
Yeah,
sac, and then a bunch of arrows pointing where I stabbed it, and that's it.
And so with the 18, you also know that the glowing sac is useful, and some people use it for poisons and other things, and for trade. And the webbing is also rumored to be able to be melted and forged into weapons.
This is an interesting spider.
These are very dangerous, but if anyone wishes to, we could harvest a few of their poison sacs, and
This is
apparently the weapon could be used for smithing.
This is a perfect opportunity to start here, boys. You gather everything you can. Who can disassemble these creatures? We already butchered this one. I did a poor job.
I thought our objective was to get to the pier.
Everything is supplies, man. We have to
civilization.
have something to trade at the pier. They don't just give us everything. Don't you know how this island works?
All right then. I guess I'll try.
Waylon looks a little grossed out by the idea, but he offers to help disassemble the corpses.
Thank you. I just God damn. Why hasn't Waylon been helping more?
Nobody asked, and these are gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
annoyed.
just try to like package them up somehow, like because we gotta have stuff to trade.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you get 2 red sacks, 1 blue, and 1 purple.
Want to mark that down, Star? I don't know what to do with those.
Say that
And you
one more
also
time.
2 red
blue,
sacks, 1 blue, 1 purple. As you are harvesting them, when they get close to your face, they smell like candy.
Oh, that's not disturbing.
That's
It may
great.
be tempting, gentlemen, but do not eat these under any circumstance.
Understandable.
I get ready with my grappling hook at the rock again and ask, is anyone else especially keen-eyed?
I'm not, but my familiar is pretty eagle-eyed.
I look
might be
a
willing
little
to do
startled,
some
like
searching.
I'm noticing Pookie for the first time. I say, oh, that cute little thing's with you.
Yes.
Wait, can't you turn Pookie into like a bird or something?
Oh, you should know that Pookie can actually fly. And with that, Pookie will flourish. He actually has wings. He's impressive.
Goddamn Pookie, you son of a bitch. Beautiful,
He's a
majestic.
Tressum, and he's probably smarter than you.
Goddamn.
While you guys are doing, Pepper is going around turning these things into stone.
Yeah, this guy's creepy.
What about the one that has 2 giant holes burned through it?
Yeah, he salvages what he can.
So
So yeah, Pookie goes to the top of this giant hill that Pepper called Big Hank.
Yeah,
Oh,
he'll
God.
fly.
fly.
He's not gonna touch the rock, but
Fly.
he's flying above it.
I'll have him. He can make a perception check.
Go, Pookie, go.
So way off in the distance, at least a couple of miles, he notices smoke.
Which
As if it was-
direction? Okie dokie. Well, he says that he can see smoke coming from the northeast. That is the northeast, right?
Oh yeah, that's where the night axe are.
The what at?
The night axe. That's where we're going.
We're going to the Nodex. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm just
I
just
know what you're
looking
doing.
at this barred tiefling. Do you just float through life and just survive that way? My God, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, consider it this way. I try and live in the now, and your mind tends to wander when you do that. Waylon knows. Waylon knows what I'm talking about.
Waylon's like on the other side of Big Hank, checking out, see if there's anything like carved behind these really suspicious ferns. And when he hears Monroe say that, he just says, "Yeah, Monroe's a bit of an airhead."
Still,
Go ahead
But
and
like he
make an
doesn't sound like
investigation.
he doesn't sound like he thinks that's a bad thing.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, Waylon.
Oh.
It's really thick fern, and some of them are dying.
Yeah, I move him out of the way. I want to see the surface of the rock
All
behind him.
right. So you start cutting away the ferns, and then you do.
I didn't say
notice
cutting.
some-
These might like spray lava at me for all I know if I cut them.
Jesus.
It's no. All right. So
Weird
you just
defense
you just
mechanism.
move them out of the way. We'll
Yeah.
call.
Hands, not knives. Let's take this in stages.
You notice a trap door underneath them.
Fuck yeah.
Why is there a trapdoor in the middle of nowhere?
Probably because it's a good place to rest, Mordecai. Don't you know? Let's go in the door and never make it to Swordfish Bay. What could go wrong? Let's go in the door.
wonderful door.
Pepper, you know anything about this door?
Oh yeah, I think sailor folk used to go in this sometimes.
Why?
There could be treasure.
I don't
make
know.
our
I don't
fortune
know
now.
why-
Your opinion kind of changed quick there.
I mean, I don't know why they do the things they do.
Smuggler's den, do you think?
I like grab Pepper. Wait, Pepper, did you say you were 1,000 years old?
It was like 1,000 or 75. Something like
that
that.
is brilliant.
1,000 or 75.
Give or take a few hundred.
Have you
That's
ever
insane.
seen men go in this hole?
I mean, yeah. I mean, a couple of times. I mean,
Did they have
maybe.
Did they have things with them? Boxes, small square things. You like rocks? We like boxes, square ones.
I don't know. Boxes. They might have had sacks. Made out of cloth and stuff.
Quick question, Pebbles.
Oh,
Who?
When was the last time men came out of this or went in? How long ago was it?
I mean, who are you talking to over there?
I'm sorry. I can't. I
What's
suck
that?
at names. Please,
Pepper.
Red Lad. Pepper.
Oh, you're talking to me. Yes. Well, I mean,
I'm gonna write that down.
it's probably been a week or maybe 7 years. I don't know. It's been.
It's all right, Peppa. I know you're trying. We should-
I'm testing the trapdoor to see if it's locked.
Rip.
It does seem to have a very loose lock on it, like it's been rusting away. You could probably just tear it open.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try and force it since I don't have my tools.
Okay, make a strength check.
Good lord.
Take my strong hand.
So you could feel it's almost going to give way, but you're going to need some help, you think.
Someone want to lend a hand here?
Oh.
Or I'll just raise Quintus's hand for him. Just I'll grab
Yeah.
his hand and raise it.
Yeah, I move forward to help you.
All right, Quentin, make a strength check with advantage.
With advantage.
Hey.
Oh my god.
So the two of you working together apply more force than is needed, and you just thing off of its hinges, and it's like rotted wood. It just breaks away.
Wait, I'm stronger than you, Quentin? I thought you were a fighter.
I am a fighter.
You're a dex fighter. Oh, right.
Inside appears to be a space large, just a little more large enough for one person. And in that space is a desiccated corpse.
Oh boy.
Looks like the spiders got to that one.
It has a pouch with it, like a little small backpack, like a fanny pack kind of thing.
I like reach around on the body and stuff. Try to figure out if there's any distinct tells of who this is.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm just looking at possible like necklace, medallion, trinkets, things that could tell who this is. Investigation. Oh yeah.
No.
As you're about to look in the hole, a bird flies out of the ferns, and it startles you.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Are you all right?
It's a bird. It's a
like,
bird, Quentin.
It's like I
You're
throw
right.
both my hands out, like shrug my shoulders, like ah.
Do you require assistance?
Poor bastard. We should probably see what he had. He won't be needing it. And I open the pouch.
Inside of the pouch, you find 10 gold pieces and 7 silver, and you find a small note.
Is it in common?
It is in common.
What's it say?
It says, "Tell Elise I love her."
Well, that's depressing.
And it's signed James.
Does he share this information with the party?
Yeah, I read it out loud.
Can I do a history check? Any Jameses gone missing?
Oh, Elise, that's the hag's name, yeah.
Oh,
Are you sure?
You said the
it might
hag's
not be
name
this-
was Jeremy.
Jeremy.
That was the Rock.
That's the Rock.
No, Jeremy's the Rock's name. The hag, it's Elise.
Well, we found her dead boyfriend. Whoop-de-doo. We got 10 gold.
Oh.
That's all yours, Waylon. Gross. Let's move on.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's in my notes. So you can't
His
remember
rock's
Pepper's name. It's
rock's
been
name
said
is
300
Jeffrey.
times, but you can remember Jeffrey's name. Okay, just so we're clear on that.
Hey, I know all their names. It's Quentin.
Yeah,
It's not so
I have
sure.
it written down somewhere. I just would have to go back to the notes. However, Pepper It's like, okay, well, I mean, it's good we found her boyfriend. Maybe we should preserve his body a little bit better. You know,
Oh yes, Pepper. Yes, you enjoy spending all those years explaining to her you turned him to stone. That's fine. Let's move on.
he bends back up from the hole.
She might be weird like us, Pepper. She might not want him turned to stone. Better ask first.
Oh, well, I
He's
mean,
a-
we were going to talk to her, but you guys wanted to do something else. So,
That's
you know,
because hags are very dangerous, Pepper.
I mean, she never done me any harm, but, you know,
We're not
you
made
guys
of
got
rocks,
strange,
Pepper.
Sweet are you, Pepper?
you got strange ideas about friendship. Well, let's keep going then.
Before we take off, Belarus will take a moment to cast Mage Armor. Shine and Magic. Just in case.
Just in case.
So you guys picked up the poison sacks. Did you also take the webbing as well?
I thought that was the plan.
I tried to.
Okay. Go ahead and mark down 10 feet of web strand.
Added.
Okay.
So he takes you back into the dense jungle, and it's another long trek through the wooded area, and the sun goes over its zenith while he's taking you. And after a long period of hiking, Pepper stops where the trees seem to thin away, and you can see the smoke through the tree line now. Yeah, so like, if you're not friends with Svarku, then these people will probably be your friends. Just ask to speak to Srak. He'll be the big fellow. Just don't make fun of him. He's not much of a talker. But hey, maybe we'll see each other again sometime. Maybe something shiny, or maybe some nice rocks, and we'll talk, and we'll go see my friend and talk to the hag. And with that, Pepper seems to melt away into the earth, and you just see the dirt ripple and move.
I try to shout at the dirt like tell her we found her boyfriend and she's very welcome. You think? He's gone. He's gone.
At the edge of your sight, you see the earth come up in like a thumbs up thing, like a hand forms, and then it comes back down again, and he leaves.
Bye, Papa.
Well, so this is it.
Yeah, let's go on in.
In the event that these night axes aren't as friendly as Peppa said they were,
then we are going to die.
Well,
I'm gonna be in trouble.
The slowest runners will probably die, yes. We don't even know if they speak common. Just dawned on me.
Don't worry, teacher. You taught me elemental. I'll try that. Or how about some elven? High elven, that should work.
What about Dwarven? I know Dwarven. Tacklin taught us Dwarven.
Yes, I know Dwarven quite well, as Tacklin won't shut up about it.
Okay.
If it comes to it, I do have access to a spell that could let us speak to them. That is if they're even willing to speak to us. But
best foot forward. Let's cast that spell now and announce ourselves, and perhaps they won't kill us.
So you guys see several large huts that are nestled against like another 60-foot high outcrop of the same rock from before, black basalt, right where the tree line fades into the black sand beaches. On the south side of the camp where you guys are, the jungle has been cut down, and there's a lot of tree stumps peeking up through this leafy growth that you all are standing in. And a deep trench runs from the clearing here to the sea. And there's a smaller number of natural basalt columns that can be seen along the beach in the shallows. There's about a half dozen giant humanoid figures around the huts performing tasks that you think are important to village life. A few more can be seen at the top of the at the top of the basalt, looking out in every direction. One of them seems to have spotted your party. He reaches for a large horn and places it to his lips, letting out a deep tone that shakes your bones. All activity in the village stops, and they look to turn south at you. A new figure emerges from the central hut. He's at least a foot taller than the others, and his chest is adorned with a leather vest, and he holds a long black sword that reflects the sunlight. He points in your direction and seems to say something to the giant figure next to him. That figure begins to move south towards you and stops at the trench barring the way. He's easily 9 feet tall. Oi, little ones! Svarku, are ye for or against?
My good sir, we are against. What was that?
We hate that fiery piece of shit.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He starts pounding his chest and smiling. Oh, piece of shit, that's right. And he grabs a long plank that was laying on the ground and puts it over the trench for y'all to come across.
Oh, I guess it's a good thing they do speak common.
Yeah, not everything on the island wants to kill us.
Oh, well, thank you for the assistance across the trench.
Oi, no problem. Friends of us are enemies of Svarku, and enemies of Svarku are friends of us. You be wanted to talk to Srock.
Srock, you say? Oh, yes, let's go talk to Srock. Shall we?
Yeah, Srock is leader of the Boar's Head encampment.
Boar's Head. Strong name.
And looking around the huts, you do see, like, on sharpened sticks, boar's heads. Like, they're set up as ornamentation.
Very
Just
apt
walking
name.
through, do I see if any of these people have obsidian weapons?
Everyone has an obsidian weapon.
I see.
Oh shit. That's spooky.
They are prepared.
Yeah, they all either have obsidian spears or obsidian swords. A couple of them have these really massive axes with blades the size of your chest.
Jeez.
Everyone kind of looks at you as you pass by and gives little nods of salute. They put their fists to their chest and just give little grunts of approval.
Nice. Sure, I'll do one back. Why not? They seem like cool people.
So the big guy takes you to camp, and he brings you to another giant who's standing outside the center tent. He stands a foot above the person that brought you here.
They are tall folks.
And he doesn't speak to you directly. He whispers into the ear of the giant ogre figure that brought you here. Oi, Brock wants to know who you are and what you're doing here.
I'm gonna move aside for Waylon. Not Waylon. Quentin. Sorry.
I just whisper into your ear, Monroe. Tell him we are shipwrecked from the Bronze Trident, a ship in the Martel Company, and we require aid to get to Swordfish Bay.
Yes. Yes, good sir. We are shipwrecked sailors from a Martel Company ship. We need help to get to the Swordfish Bay. Swordfish Bay? I'm very bad.
The giant
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The giant whispers back into Srock's ear, and Srock kind of nods gravely and whispers back, "Oh, we do all kinds of trading with MoTo Company. What you got?"
We got these wonderful astral spider parts, silks, and poisons.
Blah, we don't like no spider parts.
How about the poisons, though?
Nope.
The effect? No.
No, nothing about them spiders and nasty creatures.
Do
What
you like
else you
smoke now
got?
and then?
What's that?
Do you like a smoke now and then?
We might fancy a smoke.
I pull out the pouch of tobacco that Splinters gave me and hand it to him to inspect.
Pass it over then. He takes it and not much for our kind in here. Srock. And he kind of gives it to Srock, who takes it and gives it a big sniff. And he kind of pulls away from his face, whispers furiously to the other guy, "Oh, Srock says there's red crystal in here. We don't really care for that stuff."
Would you mind telling us what that is?
Red crystal, don't you know, being in the MoTo Company?
Oh, it's the red crystal.
Well, what other red crystal would it be?
Well, a lot of red stones. Could have just been that.
Yeah, well, anyway, it ain't for us mortals to consume, if you know what I mean.
Fair enough. Well, we don't really have much. We were shipwrecked. Anything valuable we had was lost to the Kraken.
Oh, I understand, young lady, but you have to understand, we have to make a living too if we're supposed to take down Svarku. You know, we're glad to help, but not for free.
How?
If we pool all our money together, it's like 90 gold.
We don't want to take all your money. Maybe you could do something for us.
What did you have in mind?
Well, not for me to decide. Let me speak to my good friend Srock here. He starts whispering to Srock. And, yeah, right, so we've been eating a lot of whale meat. And, you know, frankly, we're getting kind of sick of it. I mean, Pa Lord, he makes a good whale meat and steak, but it ain't, you know, it's not growing on the soldiers here. Have you ever heard of a dire boar?
History checks?
Of course we've heard of a dire boar.
Yeah, you guys know, I mean, it's
It's a
something
wild
that's
pig,
pretty, it's something pretty commonly talked about from the sailors that visit the island.
Giant balls.
It's like an
I figure
800-pound
in this
boar.
kind of setting, a dire blank, if you know what the animal is, you know what a dire animal is.
I just didn't want to assume.
That's fair.
Yeah, so, I mean, we'd be looking for a dire boar, to eat and all that. You know, it really helped the palate, if you catch my drift.
I tap on Mordecai's shoulder. Just tell him to point us at a dire boar and we'll be done with it.
Yeah.
He asked me.
Yes, you? Right.
He said Mordecai, didn't you?
Yeah.
Alright.
We will be glad to find Joe Diabor. Have you seen any signs of any nearby?
You can check over by the bone tree if you like. That's where we see him most often around these parts. We don't like going over there though, 'cause account of it being a bone tree.
What's a bone tree? I don't say that out loud. Just do I have to roll a history to know? Or
Bone tree.
You can roll a history check.
yeah, and just
While
thinking
I
to
get my
myself.
notes pulled up for bone tree.
What's a bone tree? Yeah,
I mean,
14.
I can make a guess,
Yeah,
but
just go to that super normal thing that everyone knows about. The
Yeah.
bone tree.
Yeah.
Just-
What could go wrong? It's like
that-
it's like go to the weeping willow, sit underneath it. Okay, I'm on it.
go to the graveyard of skulls.
Maybe later though.
Go to.
So what do I know about the bone tree?
So, I know. What did you roll?
Just a 14.
14. So you would know that from people that have been to the island and reported back. It's a large dead tree that stands on a small hill overlooking the sea, and it's covered in lots of thick vines, and large bones are scattered throughout them. It's rumored to be a place you don't want to go.
And that's where dire boars hang out?
That's where this guy is telling you they've last seen one.
Oh, okay, well then I ask him, let's go there. How far to there? I get them to ask him, have them tell us where that is. I'll camp it out and fire off multiple shots. Waylon looks like he can handle a crossbow. He'll fire off a shot, shoot the thing 5 times, it'll come running out of those vines.
All right, we'll go. Where is this bone tree?
Right, so it's like east of here, about 4 hours or so.
What? That's so far. Okay.
We wait. Dire boars are very large.
They're huge. They're probably
Yeah.
bigger than I am.
Yeah, and we're quite small. How are we expected to get the dire boar back here?
All right, so we'll get you like a wagon or something. You can take it back. That's fine. Just bring the wagon back in one piece, so you'll be paying for that too.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Right, so
East 4 miles. Right.
I mean that's fine and all, but we should probably be celebrating our new friendship and whatnot while you're here. And you're probably hungry, I imagine. We got lots of whale.
Celebrations are always
Sounds
appreciated.
lovely.
Right, that sounds just perfect then. I'll get everyone together. It'll probably be a short period of time, what with the women folk having the mating ceremony at the second. But you know, they should be done pretty soon.
All right then.
Star, I'm scared.
Do not worry, my good Quentin. Everything will be all right.
I will turn back to the bard. If you sully our race's name even further,
Sully our race's name. I do not know what you're talking about.
don't you dare do what I think you're planning to do.
I'm unsure what you think I'm planning on doing.
Freaking bods.
That's not what I'm doing. No, he said celebrations. I thought play music.
So we have our celebrations. Yeah, I partake in the blubber. Oh god, yeah, that's all I was thinking. I'm scared.
Should I make Monroe like that? We'll see.
No.
If Monroe wants to die in the first fucking episode, I mean,
Snoo.
What they die of? Crushed pelvises.
yeah, and they're all smoking cigarettes. They're all smoking the red crystal. Like,
Oh god.
yeah. All right, well,
All right, so the ogres all get these big wooden tables out around the fire pit. After a short time, these women come out of a tent, followed by one man, and they're all bare-chested, and they don't seem concerned by it at all.
I immediately cover Quentin's eyes, like, oh, you don't want to see. You don't want to see.
I'm
I
not
just-
even paying attention.
I just
I'm not
sit
even paying
there
attention to the women.
pretty
I'm
defeated
I'm
and
watching
tired.
the person.
I'm
not even paying
fine.
attention to the women coming out of the tent. I'm just watching the people cook the whale and trying to help.
I'm interacting with as many people as I can to make as many friends as I can. These are enemy of Snevku, however the guy's name is. Sveku.
So, they oblige you, helping them with the cooking preparations. Go ahead and we'll make a check to see how well you do. Gosh, what's cooking again? Is that survival?
I
I don't-
have-
There's
I
literally
don't-
cooking
I do.
utensils is a thing.
Oh,
It's
that's right. He
tools.
has his yeah. Use that.
All right. Can I have advantage? Just because I'm a.
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah, one party member's dead, bro.
Yeah, so you actually
He died with a smile on his face.
Smoking
So
that
you-
red crystal.
teach them that if they take the whale off of the fire about a minute earlier, it's not so dried out anymore.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
False
you're
whales
smart.
always dried out.
You're a smart one there, aren't you?
Cooking's just what I do. It's what I did back on the boat before it was attacked by a kraken.
So everyone gathers and sits down at the tables. Sirach is at the head of it, and he motions for you to sit near him.
Come, let us sit.
His attendant is standing by his side, and he whispers in his ear, "Right, so Sirach says, we don't know your names, and that's not polite, so let's have it then."
Terribly sorry. Where are my manners? I'm Waylon.
Good day, my son. My name is Monroe.
I must apologize. My name is Mordecai.
I introduced myself as well.
I'm Veloise. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Monroe, Mordecai, Waylon, Quentin, Veloise. It's an honor. And we drink to your good health and success with the Diabor and to the ultimate destruction of Svarku. And when he says that, everyone just starts pounding their chests, and a couple of them accidentally crush their goblets of mead.
Oh, I pound my breastplate super hard with the mead. Yeah.
I holler out, "Death to Svarku!" and I chug.
Death to Svarku!
Yeah, chug.
I'll politely say death to Svarku, and I'll sip.
I'll sip.
I'm Johnny.
What a bitch!
It tastes very strong and very bitter.
And that's why I sipped.
Yeah.
So is this like all of you then? Are there more of you waiting back by your ship? What's the story then?
I just give a shake of my head like they don't need to know.
Oh, fair enough.
There were a few
Well-
casualties.
I'll lean over to Quentin. Should we ask about Tacklin? See if they've seen him.
I nod. I'm like sad about all the deaths.
There is one more that when we crashed, we couldn't find the body of. A dwarf. Tall for a dwarf. Big beard. Angry.
Mate, know what a dwarf is. Could you maybe provide a better description of
I
him?
literally whisper in Mordecai's ear, just say Tacklin Flametongue. They know who he is.
Does the name Tacklin Flametongue ring a bell?
I can't say that it does. We did have some fellow wash ashore nearby recently. He's over in the medical hut.
You mind if we take a
I
look?
where I want to look at this immediately.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we can do it now after dinner. Make no difference. He's just kind of in there all alone at the moment because a medical person got tragically killed the other day. So we're kind of short-handed in that regard, but we put him in a nice bed.
Monroe, could you assist me quickly? And I like get up to go to the tent.
Yeah, the big ogre leads the way
I
and
will
pulls back the
follow.
tent flap.
I will follow.
So he takes you to the far back of the tent, and laying out a cot is your good friend Tackling.
Heal this dwarf.
Well, first I'm gonna take a look what's wrong with him first. What's up?
I just like put my hand over his mouth and nose. I'm like, just want to feel breath.
Yeah, he's got what we like to call the sea cough. I think he swallowed lots of water.
I lean over to Quentin. I'm like, I can heal him, but it's just gonna come back if the water stays in his lungs. That needs to still be ejected. But I'll get to work. And
I'm
so
just
I'm
like
going-
feeling his breath. I'm like way too distracted. I've never seen Tackling under the weather.
Yeah, Tackling looks quite pale. Go ahead and roll a medicine check, Monroe.
I'm just gonna do healing word.
You're just gonna do healing word?
Yes, because I heal through singing. Rest now, my son. You will be fine. You will live on for the rest of our time. And healing word.
As you do that,
I'm proud of that.
Tackling leans over onto his side and starts hacking up a lot of water. And his eyes flutter open and he rests on you, Quentin. And that's where we'll end tonight's session, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome stuff, Red Lad. Brilliant.
Thank
Off
you,
to a
Red
great
Lad.
start.
I'm
That
happy
was
with
entertaining.
that.
Perfect end on Tackling.
I now